Well, that's another thing.
And once you go try them outside.
It's an hour country. The man can't look in front. Now see you. So I walk with I want you.
Can we move the guys in technical room, please? All right, yeah. Nice to see you all. Shoulders over. We announce the arrival of the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Mr. President, thank you for coming to before the anthem runs. The national anthem today will be rendered by an ensemble that is an ensemble, and will be doing the first, in fact, 3 verses of the anthem. The first, the Brigade of Guards Band that is here for us. So please, the national anthem. Thank you very much. I think this ensemble deserves a better applause. We all see
Our esteemed traditional ruler, ladies and gentlemen.
Our guests, our friends, and well-wishers of Lagos State, to this historic occasion of the commissioning and the restored, revamped National Theatre in Lagos, now renamed the Wole Soyinka Center for Arts and Culture. On behalf of the government and people of Lagos State, I extend our best and sincere wishes to our warmest welcome to you all. Let me acknowledge the presence of His Excellency, the Father of the Nation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, under whose watch the story of Lagos began to change for the better a quarter of a century ago. Mr. President, now that you are devoted to the highest national assignment on our land, we especially cherish every opportunity to enjoy and homecoming from you at all times. And we are especially delighted to be hosting you on this occasion of the country's 65th independence anniversary. In the same city where the Union Jack was lowered for the last time and the green-white grain hoisted for the first time 65 years ago. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today, history embraces us once again. We gather not only to witness the commissioning of a renovated edifice, but to celebrate the rebirth of a national icon, the National Arts Theatre, now rightfully named as the Wole Soyinka Center for Culture and Creative Arts. This landmark is more than concrete and steel. It is a heartbeat of our nation's creative soul. It stands as a reminder that culture is not an accessory to development. It is the foundation upon which identity, unity, progress are built. Almost 50 years ago, in this same hall, Lagos hosted the Festac 77, a dazzling convergence of African and Black voices from across the world. It was here that we showed what was possible when culture led the way, when art became the language of unity. That same spirit lives here today. This historic festival took place here in this very complex. Some of the world's greatest artists, performers, intellectuals graced these halls with timeless theaters, music, dance, and enlightening conversation. It's correct to say that Festac 77 gave us the National Theatre, and the National Theatre in turn gave us Festac 77, demonstrating to the world that Africa and a Black civilization can indeed achieve when we put our minds and our hearts to it. Sadly, that moment has turned into high point of this theatre. In the decades that followed, it fell into neglect, slowly becoming a shadow of its former self. It has remained proudly standing. That is until a few years ago, when the federal government of Nigeria, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Bankers Committee, and humbly the Lagos State government all came together to embark on a massive restoration program. Lagos State is proud to have been a key stakeholder and a partner in this project, and we have demonstrated this in every concrete way. First, we ensure that the Blue Line Metro, which had dedicated stop here at the complex. Then the restoration began. We contributed a sizable portion of additional land to enable the development of a world-class creative hub around this theatre. What this means is that today's commissioning is only the beginning. The restoration of the theatre's complex in itself, only the first part of a much larger vision that we see. Indeed, this amazing story of revival of possibility, of artistic and creative excellence, is still written here in Ikomu. I cannot conclude without paying special tribute to the man, the icon, after whom this center has now been renamed by His Excellency, Mr. President, the person we call Eniogu, himself, Professor Wole Soyinka, GCON. Konga, Africa's first Nobel laureate in literature. Festac 77 no longer stands as a pinnacle of which Lagos can do. It is indeed a serve to the foundation from which now and endless possibilities will rise. I thank His Excellency, Mr. President.
Their legacy in bronze that the world will never forget. Their dance is not for decoration. It is memory and power moving as one.
people of Nigeria. Today carries a profound symbolism. Independence and renewed hope meet here today, marking a turning point for Nigeria's cultural and creative destiny. As His Excellency President Bola Tinubu leads us in this commemorating of a milestone and of freedom, he also gives the nation the rebirth of this cultural landmark with the opening of the Wole Soyinka Center for Culture and Creative Arts. As it has never been done before, we are blessed to have a president who is very intentional and very deliberate about establishing a ministry dedicated solely to the creative industry. It has never been done before in the history of Nigeria, and who has also been quite passionate about the economic expansion abound in this sector and to empower the teeming youthful population of this country. His presence here today really does testify to that passion and determination to give every single creative group in this country a platform. For nearly 5 decades, this centre, formerly known as the National Theatre, built in 1976 in preparation for Festac 77, has stood as a historical hub of African culture, a place where our stories were told, our voices amplified, and our identity affirmed. This theatre is the virtue, the ideal of every single Nigerian. It is only fitting that this landmark now bears the name of Professor Wole Soyinka, our Nobel laureate and eternal storyteller. His words have rectified and reflected our society with honesty while illuminating paths of justice, creativity, and of unity. Under the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President, the creative economy is recognized as a vital driver of diversification, of job creation, and of national pride. Through new instruments such as the Creative Economy Development Fund and the Creative and Tourism Infrastructure Corporation that was approved by Mr. President, under the division of Destination 2030 Nigeria area, we are building the enabling framework that will empower every single youth inside and outside Nigeria and attract investment and protect Nigeria's creativity to the world. Alongside these, the Motherland Initiative is creating new bridges to the diaspora back home to celebrate their heritage and contribute to the future. This transformation is a fruit of collaboration. I extend deep appreciation to His Excellency, Mr. President, to the Governor of Lagos, the Central Bank of Nigeria, to the Governor of the Central Bank, and to the Bankers Committee, as well as all the partners who have made this possible. I also warmly acknowledge the recent appointment of Mr. Holloway as the board chairman of the Theatre Partners, and also permit me to recognize Mrs. Tola Akerele, CEO of the National Theatre. Nigeria proudly announces the road to Festac 77 at 50. We did so recently at the United Nations General Assembly. In 2027, right here in this edifice, our nation will once again welcome the world to celebrate the golden anniversary of that historic moment, reigning Africa's cultural confidence and affirming our enduring spirit of Pan-Africa. Mr. President, I must mention today in the audience there's a young Nigerian. He's 15 years old. His name is Anthony Madu. He's the first Nigerian to win an Emmy in America. This shows you the brilliance that Nigeria can offer. And I want to thank him for being here today.
Royal Highnesses, chosen to honor me with mixed feelings. First of all, I'm notorious for having criticized so many appropriations, personal appropriations of public monuments by some of our past leaders, which end up everything is named after them. have to accept it. I also had personally nostalgia. I remember this building when it was first erected during the military regime. I think we called it the General's Hat because of the shape of the roof. There's cost in the conception, very little what I call the African architectural intelligence in it. It was an uprooted structure which the then Commissioner of Culture saw when he went to, I think it was Bulgaria. And it's not a real theater, it was the earlier sport where people parade in honor of power and then do a little athletics just to show that they bring in the people. I took one look at it and he said, I'll take that, but maybe 1.5 times the size because Nigeria is bigger than this country. And that's how this building came to be. All right. Still, we said we'll manage it. And we had first tax 77 in this very hall. This very hall, this is a different hall, completely. It's not like what that building became over the years. Degraded to such an extent that when Lagos was celebrating 50 years anniversary, and we look for our hub, our center of activities, which will be taking place elsewhere. One of the places we visited was Portos here, which is now in Swan. I took one look at it, and when the governor and his team wanted to come back and take a second look, I said, you go without me. I said, I've advised you. Get somebody secretly, land the bomb, blow it up. Because it's irredeemable, I said. It was not just a desert, it was a slum. And these bankers have got together to make me eat my words. If eating one's words produces a morsel like this, and it's a very tasty set of words. I want to thank you and congratulate you for doing what I considered and pronounced impossible. There's another reason why I thought I should accept. Well, I was already ambushed anyway. They announced it as usual behind my back. As Senator would say, they shaved my head in my absence. But still, I was going to think I would have written this walk. But then I decided, this building owes me. And one of the reasons, one of the debts, was that this building nearly electrocuted 2 of my actors. That is how decrepit it had become. The roofs were leaking, so there were pools of water everywhere. And of course, there were electric wires also. I think, I hate to say, almost as if they were deliberately attached to those pools of water. And I nearly lost 2 of my performers here when we came to perform Camwood on the leaves. So that was definitely one debt, he told me. And when shortly after that, I think when the group of artists came to see me in the office, in Paul's office in Lagos, everything around me seems to involve drama. If I speak, it's drama. If I don't, then other people say it's drama. I mean, how many people here, for instance, I announced that I was just following from Abu Dhabi. Look at the coincidence. This event time for a festival And for all those who will be using this hall, let me remind you that I represent the preoccupation, the commitment of others, Akiba Togunde, I already mentioned some of them, are not merely in this country, but outside. Names like we banded around quite recently, Adi Soyinka, Sonny Labutansi, Leaking, that's a woman's name, by the way. My hope is that with the recreation of this institution, we won't go all the way to Abu Dhabi towards African theater. Thank you very much.
Tinubu and Your Excellency First Lady Senator Tinubu, let me begin by expressing my deepest appreciation for your personal presence here today. That both of you chose to be here sends a powerful message about the seriousness with which you hold this national project and the priority you place on Nigeria's cultural and creative renewal. On behalf of all the partners who came together to bring this project to life, I say a very big thank you. I am deeply honored to stand before you on this memorable occasion. Much has already been said about the significance of this day and the symbolism of this center. I will therefore focus on the perspective of the central bank and the Nigerian financial sector, which we were privileged to play a role in this renewal. And for those of you who may be getting a bit nervous, I want to assure you I will be making no reference whatsoever to interest rates, ways and means, or foreign exchange rates. That we gather here on October 1st, our Independence Day, makes this event even more meaningful. 65 years after our nation's founding, we affirm that Nigeria's creative spirit is alive, pervasive, and shaping global culture. This edifice has stood for nearly half a century as a proud symbol of our heritage. Completed in 1976 and inaugurated at Festac 77, it became a beacon of African creativity and a repository of our shared history. Many here will recall both its golden years of cultural vibrancy and the long period of neglect that follows. Even in silence, however, the theatre remained the soul of our cultural identity, awaiting revival. Today, that day has come. In 2020, the federal government approved a landmark public-private collaboration, the transfer of the theatre and its estate into a special partnership with the central bank on behalf of the Bankers Committee. What began as an ambitious vision to reimagine an aging monument as a world-class creative hub has today become a stunning reality. The journey, however, was not without challenges. Structural complexities, contractual issues, and even the global pandemic extended the timeline far beyond expectations. Yet, our resolve never wavered. This was a project especially close to the President's heart, and it was his vision that transformed it from a restoration into a symbol of national renewal. By renaming the National Arts Theatre as the Wole Soyinka Center for Culture and Creative Arts in July 2024, His Excellency charted a bold course to place creativity at the heart of Nigeria's Renaissance. With the President's directive that this center must be ready for this historic Independence Day, he underscored culture's role not only in preserving our heritage, but also in projecting Nigeria's influence on the global stage. Today, the results stand as a testament to that foresight and to the power of purposeful leadership. The Wole Soyinka Center is more than a renovation. It is a rebirth. The iconic silhouette has been preserved while delivering world-class performance halls, cinema spaces, exhibition galleries, an African literature library, rehearsal rooms, media and medical facilities, and fully modernized infrastructure. The surrounding grounds now offer gardens, outdoor exhibition areas, upgraded access, and seamless integration with the Lagos Blue Line Rail, placing culture at the heart of city life. The performances we have witnessed today by ensembles from across Nigeria bring this center to life and remind us that its true power lies not only in its architecture, but in the voices, movements, and stories it will host. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, allow me to emphasize that none of this would have been possible without extraordinary partnerships. The Central Bank of Nigeria, the Bankers Committee, the Lagos State Government, and the Ministry of Arts and Culture and Creative Economy came together with a shared purpose to deliver this national project, with the Bankers Committee alone committing approximately 68 billion naira. Might I add that this commitment was not only as corporate social responsibility, but as a deliberate investment in Nigeria's cultural future. This project stands as proof that when the public and private sectors unite behind a shared national purpose, there is no limit to what Nigeria can achieve. I extend deep appreciation to my colleagues in the Bankers Committee, to the Lagos State Government for its strong infrastructural support, to the Ministry of Art, Culture and the Creative Economy for its indispensable coordination, to other partner ministries and agencies for their alignment, to the late Herbert Wigwe, whose imagination and passion remain an enduring inspiration, and to Sanex Creatives, our implementing partners, whose expertise ensured its faithful realization. Today's celebration is not only about a building. In renaming this center after a highly distinguished Professor Wole Soyinka, we honor a creative giant, Africa's first Nobel laureate in literature, whose work has inspired generations and whose voice has been a moral compass for our nation. Professor Soyinka, on behalf of all Nigerians, I salute you. And may this center continue to inspire generations of artists to follow your example in truth, courage, and creativity. Everybody say big amen. Looking forward, this center is about more than history. It is about the future. Nigeria's creative industry are engines of growth with the potential to generate billions in annual revenue and create millions of jobs. Yet, beyond economics, culture is about identity, pride, and the very soul of a nation. With this restoration, we're investing in our youth, in our stories, and in Nigeria's rightful place on the global stage. Distinguished guests, this center belongs to every Nigerian. It is a treasure we must all protect and nurture so that it never again falls into disuse. Let it stand as a beacon of creativity, innovation, and unity for decades to come. In closing, and I'm sure people will be saying it's about time too, I extend my deepest gratitude to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his unwavering global audiences, fashion designers setting trends from Lagos to Paris, and digital innovators redefining creativity in the age of technology. Together, they remind us that creativity is one of Nigeria's greatest assets and amongst our clearest pathways to pride, global influence, and economic diversification. Ladies and gentlemen, may this center stand as a living testament to Nigeria's creative spirit, uniting our people, inspiring our youth, driving diversification, and enriching the world. Happy Independence Day, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I salute you. I'd like before privilege to welcome His Excellency, President of the Federal Republic.
For our dear uncle and leader, one of the most talented and creative minds, Uncle Wole Soyinka. No conspiracy anywhere. I did it. When they brought the question of renovation to my desk, I remember the journeys that we had together and the gains that I shared with you. Your contribution to our courage, nation building, freedom. Yes, in some places, unrewarded talents is a proverb. But you are joy, our talent. Whether proverb or being, you are one of the greatest assets of the world, the continent, and the country in Nigeria. So it couldn't have been anything else. And I know definitely you will not disobey this president.
No, I say it has to be Wole Soyinka Center. They corrected my English. Happy 65th Independence Anniversary. These have broken the monotony of military marching past, parade, and everything. By starting this program, I was able to have a good sleep, have a nice breakfast, and wait for this evening. And today is an evening well spent. The governor without tenure, no campaign, contributions, counting down dams and nickels, no ways and means. The headmaster, thank you for that beautiful remark about the history and the importance of our youth and relating it to this theater and our talents. Some of them might not be rewarded yet, but with the innovation of this, the banker committees have found it necessary to reward the entire continent. The world gathered there, Africa gathered there for Festa 77. The entire continent was bubbling. Nigeria was a proud nation. Tonight, let me take this opportunity to say one thing that is very, very important to me, to you, Ama's government, and Nigeria in diaspora. That is, stop talking about Nigeria in the ill, negative tone. It's a country of very proud people. We know what we are. It might not be because of education. There are a lot of educated relics around the world. It's about ourselves believing something we inherited from our parents, our great forebearers. A nation of brave people, confident and dedicated. Let's build it together. Let's rechristen it. If you had a bad dream, forget it. This country will succeed. And it's is with you, myself, and many other people who might not be here, that we enjoy the glory and reap the fruits. Please, lift Nigeria. Believe in Nigeria. Put Nigeria first. That's all I need to emphasize tonight. It has been a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed myself. It's now that with Cardoso and others to put together an endowment fund and I'm going to be a contributor. And it's not a bad thing for us to use this opportunity to create jobs, maintenance, accessibility, and commitment. This place will not go relic again. You hear me? Okay. Uncle Premier, that will hear. Yeah, will hear. Enjoy yourself. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you.
Very happy Independence Day, 65th one. And I wish you joy, happiness, and progress. From here on, like I said yesterday, the world is over, I will turn the corner, the economy has recovered. I am confident if we manage it properly, prosperity will come. Believe in yourself and give everybody the hope they need. Live the spirit of our people. This is the giant of Africa. It won't fall on you. It won't disintegrate in my hand. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
We thank everybody for being here. Thank you very much. Nigeria was not for this is a great nation, and it's not speaking here. Virginia is the most wonderful team. On that note, we also wish every one of you